What is up, guys? This is Shadesmoto, and I am back here with a new segment to my channel. This is called Storytime of Shadesmoto. I'm not going to really force it upon you guys, so tell me in the comments if you like it or not. It's just a new thing I'm trying. I mean, if you really like it, then I'll make it a regular part of my channel, but if not, I just won't do any more of these. So anyway, the story for today is how I got into riding. I might have talked about it a little bit in some former vlogs. I know I've talked about the Bayou I used to have. Had lots of fun on that quad. It's not really that fast, but it's still a fun bike to ride. Just, it's really not too intimidating when you go to do wheelies and stuff. Not the fastest. It doesn't really handle as good as an X. And of course you guys know the story about me getting an X. But, what you guys might not have known is I started on a trike. Wasn't even a four-wheeler. Trace. Yeah. So that's like where I learned. I guess I'll kind of like start from the beginning here. I was 8 years old. Me and my dad, we were driving to the house, Pennsylvania, and we were in this old station wagon, right? We stopped this place, and I thought I was gonna get a dirt bike because my step-overs at the time, they wanted a dirt bike. I wanted. Wait, it's the other way around. I wanted a dirt bike. They wanted a quad. I thought like I was just gonna get some quad. Well, what I found out is he met some guy to buy a freewheeler, so it's kind of like a compromise. Even like he was saying, I could have gotten a dirt bike later, but I rode that freewheeler, and when I first started, I was like really intimidated. I was going like 2 miles per hour. I hit a bush, like I was crying, but my parents forced me to do it, and got good at it. Like I was doing sides, like I'd be like, yeah, showing off. So much fun. Like I actually kind of missed a little. What was it? It was a 110, yeah, ATC 110. It was an 84, I believe. It was really reliable. Just 1 or 2 pulls, it would start right up. Never gave any problems. And really good on fuel. You put a gallon of gas and it'll last forever. And during that time, I rode my mom's quad. I did a vlog on it last week. That's when I had to reset the valves on, which, by the way, I did. It could have gone better. I was constantly running back and forth for tools, a little bit disorganized, but I got it done. And I was sick, too. I still am a little bit sick. Doing valves when you're sick, it's kind of irritating, but I got it done. So yeah, that quad I did that vlog off of, that's when I first started riding Bayous. And every now and then I'd ride my stepdad's Polaris, his Polaris 330 Magnum. That thing was a dog. I mean, the top speed was like the same as the ATC 110, except it was much heavier, so it didn't handle as good. And my stepmom's quad now, that red Bayou, which used to be my Bayou actually, Bayou 250, that was my quad. I got it when I was 11. Yeah, I was 11. That was a early Christmas present. And when I was 12, I went on my first tour de forest. If you guys are wondering what that is, make sure you watch my videos. I have some footage of it, me being a hooligan, breaking all of the known speed limits. So yeah, that's kind of like where I got hooked into riding, I guess you could say. I wasn't really serious. Like, I was always really good at riding, but I never really took it seriously. And when I was 14, I just turned 14, my dad let me ride his 300EX, so I had to learn how to use a manual clutch. And once I got it figured out, I would do speed runs of his when he wasn't riding, taking a break. I just fell in love with it, and then I wound up giving my my quad to my stepmom. My stepmom sold her Bayou 250, which is a little bit rougher shape, and I basically traded up to the 300EX. That red Bayou I had, we bought for $1,400. My X was $1,200. It came with brand new hole shots, which are now sitting behind the garage all worn down because somebody named me decided it would be a good idea to do a bunch of donuts. So for like 2 years, every time I'd be at the trails, I'd get off, I'd just sit there and do donuts. I mean, like 20 at a time. I'd also dump the clutch a lot, but I quickly learned, after going through a set of chain sprockets every year, that's not such a good idea. I mean, it was kind of a learning curve, and I got to do some work to it. Me and Dad, we had to align it. Last summer I had to do the valves on it. I've done the oil changes on the bike. let's see. What else did I do to it? I'm like going through the history of like me riding, so some of the stuff is kind of old. Oh, the grips. The grips are like tiny. If you guys watched my dog vlog, it's a stupid video I made a while back. You guys know Mike. He's my younger sibling. His kitty bicycle has the same diameter of grips. It's like that. And that's what I had on my quad. The grips are like so skinny, and because I have big hands, my hands will like cramp up after over gripping them. So I switched to the stock grips because the handlebars were like stock diameter, just the grips were small. And just over time, I learned how to get familiar with the bike, how to keep it in a sweet spot, how to ride it. I mean, after a week or two, getting used to the sound of FMF because I was shifting too soon because it sounded really loud, but I wasn't revving it out. After a couple of weeks, I was able to keep it in a sweet spot, and within a year, I could do anything up the clutch. Like, I could ride with a clutch when I first got it, but I was still a little bit jerky. But now, like, I can pull away on steep hills. I mean, that's what you expect. This year is marking the end of my 9th season. So as soon as I turn 17, which will be on June 12th, that'll start my 10th season. Wow, I'm getting old. So yeah, guys, just figured I'd share the story of me getting into riding and kind of like how I progressed as a rider and, you know, like what I've done. If you want to hear some more stories about me, just tell me so in the comments so I know to continue the series. If this video doesn't get too many views or everyone dislikes it or there's negative comments, then I just won't do it anymore. I brought the idea up on Twitter and people seem to like it. No one objected to it, so I'm doing it. So, I guess that's all I have to say right now. Later, guys.